Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a new day, a new episode on the trailer that I'm trying to, I built up here and I'm taking out again to put a coat of paint on, prime it, paint it, and everything. So this is disassembled here. I've gotten the front side here and the two sides. This is the back with the hinge here. You can see the hinges right here, and the back side and the back gate. What I'm going to do is I started off using the sanding pad. I've noticed that the more rustier it is, the more sanding I have to do. So I've decided to go ahead, and it's still useful, but I'm going to go ahead and just use a wire brush, which is here. Just brush everything off as much as I can. But now the reason why I haven't painted this is because this is the back gate. I'm gonna add maybe two small 2-inch angle irons, because same thickness. This side's 2-inch. This was 3, and I'm gonna add just two small ones, just coming one up here and one right about here. And that's because I just want to give a little bit more support. I know I said it's not for a ramp, but because it sits on the back here and it drops like this, it's going to be used as a ramp, at least for people to walk on. And you know, some people are really heavy, and basically they're fat, and they may try to walk on my trailer, and I don't want them breaking through and busting through the plywood. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off on this, and I'm going to get just two more 4-foot pieces of 2x2 angle iron, and just go ahead and just weld one here, clean that up. So that's why I haven't painted this yet, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on to the side. And this is basically the plywood for this side. I'm going to just put it all here, get this primed, paint it, then take off this, prime and paint, and then everything else will be ready to be primed. This part is already primed here, and then this is going to be all painted, primed and painted, and I'll reassemble it back up here, and we'll be ready to go again, and I can finally start using this. So just want to do all that before it starts rusting. Anyways, anybody new coming in, my style of video is all uncut, unedited, raw footage, all first-person view. If it's too long, just go ahead and skip through. Usually I'll put a playlist in the beginning, so you can click on that. Anybody who's returning, y'all know what to do. Basically what I'm going to do is be cutting in and cutting out. It's not an edit. I'm just going to stop the video and do some work and cut in again. That way you could spare some time, because this is takes a lot of time for this particular project. So if you haven't noticed, most of these videos are about half an hour long anyway, with me cutting in and cutting out. So if I left it on, it'd be much longer. Anyways, let me cut out and get started. I'm going to be basically working right off the side of this. I don't have to put it onto the table, and that way I can just go ahead and this is big enough and open enough for me to get the grinder and start brushing away, and I think that's much faster. Some of this has been sitting out here for a while. Well, first of all, it's been sitting on top of my truck for a while, then it rained. This has been outside, since I'm going to be cleaning it anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it gets rusted. So it's been getting rustier, so I'm going to go ahead and use the wire brush. It's much faster but louder. Anyways, cutting out. Bye. Alright everyone, welcome back. I'm cutting in here, and sorry if you're not focusing really good. Let me see, there it goes. And so far I have wire brushed everywhere I could that had rust and then some, and knocked off all the spatter, and one nut actually came off, and probably have to weld it again, so I'll do that before I prime it. But I've already taken the bolts, as you can see, off of here and also off the sides. But what I like about the design in which I did it is that, as you can see from here, that keeps it on, and the the angle iron over here keeps it on. It actually stands up by itself. See, even though I can, let me see if I can lift it with one hand. Yeah, see, I can lift it with one hand. And it was designed so I can just rest it right on top and just leave it and be able to bolt in and bolt out. So that's the update on that. Just got to do some minor welds right here, and then also got to do some sandblasting under here. If you see that, there you go. Some rust here and here, and the bottom side of here. So I'm gonna take this and just flip it upside down and just put it right here on the floor, lean it up against the sawhorses, and I should get to the bottom of that, and I'll do my quick weld, another wire brush, and knock off any spatter. And this is going to basically go into the garage, or it may even go right to priming. I'll start priming everything except the back gate. Like I said, I was going to put another 2x2 angle iron here and here, and I should be really good with that. That should get me going and give a good support here for the plywood board. I just think that in the middle it's really weak, and someone steps on it. It's not supposed to be a ramp, but it's going to end up being a ramp anyway, so I might as well just make it supportive as much as possible. Anyways, all right, let's take this off and get it sandblasted and welded one more time, and we'll get it going. Alright, coming back in and just letting you know, I basically took this up here, just flipped it over onto the ground, turned it up, leaned it up, got to the bottom here. A little bit of rust here, but knocked that off using the wire wheel on the angle grinders. Much more proficient. Anyways, this might give me a chance here to cut these here as, oh sorry, cut the, see that? I'm sure you can. And cut these right here where I left the mark. That's kind of leaves a little sharp edge here. Same thing this side here. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, just to knock off any sharp edges here. Anyways, also need to do a little sandblasting. As you can see, a little bit of rust here around that corner. Sandblast should take care of that. I don't sandblast the whole thing because it leaves quite a bit of mess, and you can see a little bit of sand debris right here. So once that's taken care of, just get that done, and I should be ready to go. Thanks. And I'll cut out and cut back in later. Alright, I'm checking in, and went ahead and rounded and cut these off just to smooth it out just a little bit, so if I touch it by hand it won't cut me or do any damage anyway. Same thing on this side here. Looks like it needs a little bit more rounding here, which I'll do. But basically I re-welded these. This weld, as you know, came off, so I redid this in a way that I did with the other ones right here, like that. Make sure that they don't come off, at least when I bolt them or hit them. So okay, and other than rounding this just a little bit more to give it a smoother edge, I think I'm ready to prime this part of the frame here. Of course, that goes along the side. You see, that's basically what it looks like without the frame. Here, let me focus that, see if it focuses. There we go. So, so that's what it'll look like without the frame. Of course, I took out all the bolts in the corners, but that's alright because they're bolted in the middle, on the sides here, so I don't think they're going anywhere in particular. See, they're bolted here in the middle as well, so they're not going anywhere, so I'm not too worried about this moving on me. Matter of fact, it hasn't moved on me. Gives me a chance to clean and wipe and brush any debris off of this, so when I put it back it'll be nice and clean. So basically I should be able to have enough time to prime all this. And I did sandblast, as you can see the sand here, and it's just a spot blast just to get it right underneath here, and which it did, just to knock that rust off. It's hard to really get in that corner in there, and also over there as well. So just blow this way and I'll be ready to sandblast here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out, and then when I cut in, this should be all white. Alright. Welcome back. I'm cutting in here and got my respirator on. So I got my paint set up, trying to keep it clean as I pause here for the primer to dry. I wash out the container and the gun, wash out the bucket, and also, you know, like I said, I want to show you something here. This is the old container, and I already put some of the thinner in here, right? And I already been mixing and cleaning with it, so that's why it's white. But it was clear. The paint settles on the bottom. But let me show you what I'm talking about. See that? See how the paint's settling on the bottom? And yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. You see the paint right there settle? So I already, you know, poured some out into here, and was able to reuse the thinner as a, you know, secondary use for cleaning. Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry about last time. The batteries died on me, and I believe last time I was showing you the bottle with leftover washed out paint thinner. So anyways, after that, what happened was, believe it or not, I spilt my gun, and the canister over there was open, and I had a big spill, and spent a lot of time cleaning that up. And then once you know it started to rain a little bit, and rained on this piece here, and had to take the wire wheel to take off the rust from the raindrops. What a day. That was yesterday, and just to let you all know that I pulled my trailer in because of that, because I thought it was going to rain. Well, like, it rained just a little bit, like big droplets of rain for like 5 minutes, and very sparsely, and it stopped. But I looked up in the sky, and I saw all these dark clouds coming from that away over there, from behind my house, and I saw it coming over, and I was like, just in case, let's pull the trailer in, and made some room here, and actually the trailer fit in right in here, really perfect. Went over that. That's kind of where I'm storing everything for now, and fit in. And last night it rained like cats and dogs, really hard. Poured. You wouldn't know it by looking around here, but it did a lot. But anyways, woke up in the morning after having to spend some time with my friends here, having a beer and a barbecue, and so got to starting, and I had somebody from my last episode ask me if I got any spray on my truck, and the answer is yes. But you know, the reason why I like to do this during midday in the hot summer Houston weather is, first of all, it does warm up the metal, and second, because it's so warm, by the time the spray hits the material, it's dry. Literally, it is dry. And I have a theory also that the metal is warm. Overall, it is warm, and it is somewhat slightly expanded. The paint adheres to the metal much better, in my opinion. Plus, it dries faster. And then when it contracts, when it's cold, I mean, it doesn't contract a lot, but when it contracts, I think the paint is able to contract with it versus the paint trying to expand with the metal. So what I'm saying is, if I painted this cold, and I'm not sure, I'm just guessing, it's just a theory, the paint would, adhere to it at that size. And then when the heat expands the metal, the paint may chip away, is my point. Anyways, the spray on my truck, let's see if you can see it. There you go, you can see it. But like I said, it's so dry, it's dust. Watch. It's just dust at this point. And all I really need to do is basically wash my truck, and it's gone. It's gonna go away. It won't stick because it's just floating particles of paint, dry paint at that point. So yeah, I got paint on my truck, but it's not gonna stick, which is my point. Although it did stick a little bit on my trailer, but I don't care about the trailer. I don't know how often this is gonna stick or not. See, it's kind of almost coming off, if you can see that. Give it some time and it'll probably come off. Like I said, by the time it hits here, it's almost dry. But it's a work truck. I don't really care for it. So as long as the engine works, that's the point. So I'm not worried about that. I am worried about my minivan. So that's why it's across the street, way over there, and this is a house that's being leased out. No one lives there right now, so no one's there. So that's why I'm putting my minivan way over there. But anyways, back to this. Yeah, it's pretty much dry. I probably have to do a little touch up right here, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a little touch up here. But other than that, it's good. I'm only gonna put, as I'm doing it, I'm putting in coats, because it dries so quick. So I'm not worried about it. Anyway, that's the update. Eventually it's gonna get there. I have to do some touch up, but I'm gonna go ahead and work on the other parts and pieces. Remember, like I said, on this one here, I'm gonna wait and put 2 more angle irons here to give it a little bit more support for the plywood. But everything else, I think I can go ahead and start pinning these, so I can do that. Alright, I'll cut out and cut back in later. Alright everyone, and welcome back. I'm pretty much done for the day. Tomorrow's 4th of July, and I'm not going to be doing anything. Basically, I'm just going to enjoy the day at the pool. After that, go enjoy a local community concert and watch the fireworks here we have in our community. So probably do a little barbecue, bring that over. Here's what I got so far on that. I put the side of the frame here onto the trailer. It's really easy, just lift it up and you just put it on. I just bolted the bottom. I haven't bolted to these on this side yet, just the 2 parts right here, one on the other one, and one right there, and it holds up well. Just hand tighten, just to put somewhere. At least it's primed, so it won't rust away. And all I have left is to do the other side, which I may start painting this black, and then putting it on. That way I can just put everything else on the other side, get this going, get that part of the wall going. So there's the other pieces over there. Let's take a look. So I did prime the outside, but I didn't really prime that much on the inside there. Didn't really want to prime the inside, so just priming the outside. Make sure I'm getting priming the welds on the bottom and on the top, just to make sure that, because those are probably going to be rusting out first, if anything. So just, doing that. So got that primed, got the sides primed. Of course, you could sand it down, but I'm probably not going to sand it down. And then here are the other two sides right here. That's the front, and of course this is the gate, but the reason I haven't done anything with this yet is because I'm going to be getting another 2x2, 2 inch by 2 inch angle iron, one on each side, getting that going. So that's just an update. And well, just stay tuned everyone for the next episode. Thanks. Bye.